football in the Lone Star State here at NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the Houston Texans. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you, the kicker, Chad Ryland. Gonna get things started. Off we go from NRG Stadium. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Houston Texans, and Greg, it is one of the good quarterbacks in the league. Offensive Rookie of the Year, number 2 pick in that 2023 draft. Year 3 for C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State.
And after studying this quarterback, Mike, I really like the way he carries himself. He really takes accountability. Every time there's something that goes wrong, he puts it on his shoulders. And every time there's success, he's always the first one to give it to everybody else. That's the kind of leadership role you're looking for out of this position, and I think this guy's a great example of it.
That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play, and it's second down.
That's not an easy catch by any means, but at this level, Mike, you get paid to catch them all. And really, you get paid to catch the hard ones, and you know that hit, it's coming either way. And I remember learning as a young player early in my career, the hit's coming, you're going to get knocked to the ground. It feels a lot better getting off the ground and handing the ball to the official. And after that negative run, I think just the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. That is caught, finding Higgins. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on, and it was a gain of 27.
10 at the 45-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
On first down, it's Marcus. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Once again, it's Marks. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Texans first down.
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Right back to Marks on first down. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game, and there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
On the drop, it's Marks. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
A gain of a yard brings up third and 7.
Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll try to run for it, and he will get into the end zone. C.J. Stroud, touchdown, Houston. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead.
Cardinals nothing. Kaimi Fairbairn.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Amari DiMercado to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. They're going to be led out by their veteran signal caller out of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Whenever he comes in the game, you know exactly what you're going to get. He may not be one of the ultra-talented superstars or anything like that at the quarterback position, but he's a reliable presence in the huddle. He brings a lot of stability to this role, and he is capable of doing his job well and more than giving your team a fighting chance.
They'll run. It's Amari DiMercado. Trying to bounce that one outside, but only to be able to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
3rd down and 9. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And there's a great example of the pressure altering the quarterback's plan. They need to continue to get him off his spot, continue to make him speed through those progressions. I think if they can continue to do that, they're going to find good success.
Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll step up and run this. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
It's a gain of 11. And the Texans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a 1st down.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That's good for 27 and a first down.
That's another.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
Number 13, Christian Kirk. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Cardinals' 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Kirk is the motion man. Here's a handoff to Marks. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
3rd and 5. Now, Stroud. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
Fairbairn's is good. And the Texans will extend to a 10-0 lead. Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cardinals offense are now ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun is Brissett. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones, and if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
Trying to get it to Michael Wilson that time.
Incomplete.
3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single 1st down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
He'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field with a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He's hit after think you have moved it down the field with a terrific passing catch, but gotta finish the play. And on the turnover, the defense takes over.
You work so hard, Mike, to execute the play the way it's designed, and you come up with a huge explosive play in the pass game, only to then lose it because of poor ball security. And that's exactly what we saw here. Give credit to the defense forcing that ball out, but it's a shame that it came at the end of what was a big offensive play.
To throw, it's Brissett on 1st and 10. He'll step up and run, and he will give himself up at the end of that one.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 2. On the ground, DeMarcado. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for a Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now DeMarcado. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's an Arizona 1st down.
Cardinals first down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll run. It's DeMarcado. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Kamari Lassiter there on the stop. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 6. Brissett gonna throw. This to the right side, but it's gonna wind up incomplete.
A bit of a risky throw there, Mike. You don't love to see a quarterback force the ball, especially into a crowded area. In the end, I think his luck just falls incomplete.
This is 3rd and 6. Brissett. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. It is a big gain for Arizona. 31 yards.
That's another Cardinals first down. A gain of 31 yards. And a Cardinal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On 1st and 10, here's Brissett. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson.
Complete to number 14, Michael Wilson. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Keeping it in the air. Here's Brissett. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
third, they need 8. To throw is Brissett. And this ball incomplete on third down.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
So, on fourth down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. This from 30 yards out. Ryland's kick is good. And the Cardinals are on the board. It's now 10-3. So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Texans offense about ready to take over once more. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Stroud. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. Nice game here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
And the Texans
13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. Stroud going to set up to throw. He'll find his big target, the tight end Stover. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's second and 4. To throw, it's Stroud. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
To number 81, Jaden Higgins. A gain of a yard. Brings up third and 3.
They'll come up to third and 3. Back to throw, Stroud. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
All right, so in these third and short, third and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have fourth down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging fourth down decision.
We are through one. It's the Texans who have the early lead. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. Second quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football as they are set to start the drive with first and 10. Brissett. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Throwing. Brissett. And he's going to be taken down back at the 2-yard line. Daniil Hunter getting in for the sack. And that's going to lead to 3rd and very long.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
On 3rd down, we'll try to get it on the ground, and that's not going to work at all. He'll manage to get back to the line. That is all. It is 4th down.
This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got him backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone a run. Sit a couple of guys back, keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield. Texans offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 4. That's quickly out wide for Kirk. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd down.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it here. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On the zone read, a give to Marks. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That one on target with Kirk. They've got it. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Texans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
Give to Marks, running left. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. Open man, that's Collins. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. To the goal line and in. Jaden Higgins. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn to add the extra point. The kick is good, and the Texans move out in front by the score of 17-3.
Cardinals 3.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And here's Brissett. That's caught. It's Emari DeMercado. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Had to push through that one tackler, but he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and
the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Here's Matt Hawk now. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. Here's Noel. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down
at the 33-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And he'll get forward for about a yard. Josh Sweat there on the tackle.
At the 21-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 9. To throw is Stroud. Now, screen set up for Marks. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the first down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Brought down after a gain of a couple.
Tackle made at the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. A 2nd down throw for Stroud. That is caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd down.
Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Houston. In a moment, 3rd and inches. Stroud. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. This returnable, it's DeMercado. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cards offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. the gun, here's Brissett. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Big Sheldon Rankins. He gets in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 to kick off this drive. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He'll get this out wide to DeMercado. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
17-yard line.
Third and a long way to go. Operating from the gun is Brissett. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. The Cardinals lining up for a punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk.
Stroud's pass complete to number 13, Christian Kirk. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now, Stroud. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
7-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break.
And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back to the 15-yard line. Mack Wilson in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9. Now a signal, timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this first half. Now here's 2nd and goal. Stroud to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
It's now 3rd.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart decision. You certainly don't want to take a sack in any goal-to-go situation, or even worse, throw a pick. So understanding he still has 2 more shots at the end zone, I really like that decision.
32-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Texans going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
By today's kicking standard, Mike, this is clearly a chip shot. I don't think there was a lot of question that he'd make this one. So nice job making sure you end the half on a high note, coming away with 3.
Fairbairn
3 seconds, all that remain in this first half as that one's away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. First and 10, here's Brissett. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half.
In it to win it. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. The return starts from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Cardinals offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Now, Brissett. And off the deflection. It is taken in.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll turn and hand this one off. He gets this up close to the first down. Mark him at the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. Hey, he's going to be close. Going to depend on the spot, but it looks a little short. It is short, and now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Cardinals line up for a punt as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. Now a fair catch, he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Texans offense and their running back, 20 Marks, heading back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On the ground, marks to open the drive. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. Max Melton there to get him down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Kirk is the motion man. They'll go play action with Stroud. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. They get 20 on the connection. First down for Houston.
At the 46-yard line.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there. And that mid-range pass,
That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Max Melton. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
you know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
The Cardinals offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a first down. Looking from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
2nd and 10. Throw it, Brissett. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down. They're able to convert by plenty on 3rd and 1.
The Cardinals.
Big hole to run through there on 3rd and 1. This offensive line, they completely dominated this defensive front, and opens the door for a really nice pickup and an easy first down.
Right back to him on first down. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
At the 26. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Brissett. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Daniil Hunter gets up for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here is Brissett. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard to blame him, but he's definitely feeling it.
On fourth down, out comes the punter, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're going to try to keep it going. On first and 10, here's Stroud. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Stroud gonna set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and
3. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. To the right side, and Kurtz got it. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Texans first down.
Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot. He has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On second down, Stroud. This one is caught by Kirk. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He'll look underneath here for Marks, and he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
That's another.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down for Houston.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard
Well, this is the advantage to
line.
having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
On first down, it's Marks. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal.
18 more yards. And the Texans first down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line.
Gain of 3 brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
Second and goal. Back to throw. Stroud. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it. And that pass falls incomplete.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And he'll be forced to throw that one away. Excellent work defensively. He took away all the options. And now it is 4th and goal.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Texans will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. This returnable, it's DeMercado. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground.
DeMercado, the ball carrier. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
From the 22 now, here's second and 9. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Here's a short pass, that's Higgins, the tight end. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
3rd and short yardage. It's Brissett. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10. RPO, quick throw, grabbed by Wilson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's second and 8. it in the air. Here's Brissett. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receiver saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. He's going to go up top here for McBride. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. The Texans offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. On first down, it's Stroud. Got his man, it's Kirk. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's second and 8. On the ground, it's Marks. And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. He'll bring up third down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll go with the sneak, and he is going to have a Texans first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
To the tight end motioning left here. Running is Chubb. That's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
From the 25, here's second down and 2. They'll give this to Higgins as they run the jet sweep. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
Back at the 27.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical. I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
A 44-yard attempt.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. Fairbairn, after making the field goal, Heads back out to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And here's Brissett. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? 1st down. On play action, Brissett. That's caught downfield by McBride. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That's another quick 1st down, and that's a 25-yard gain.
At the 18-yard line.
Operating from the gun is Brissett. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the 4th quarter.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Brissett caught by McBride. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's Brissett. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions. You find yourself down big, it's the 4th quarter, there's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Kirk is the motion man. They'll start on the ground, and this is Marks. Whoa! And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. It is a big-time play for Houston. 32 yards.
1st down.
What a good run there. That's going to put him over 100 for today's game, Mike, and it just seems the game goes on. This guy just seems to get better and better.
Right back to Marks on 1st down. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. 18 yards on the pickup there. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Once again, it's Marks. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Second and 11.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
Second down throw for Stroud. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And 11.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Oh, a loose football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up fourth down. These are drive killers.
The Texans getting all set to punt. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Cards offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now DeMarcado. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
From the 20, here's second and 5. Now, Brissett, he'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Let's give credit to the defense. I mean, those throws, they have not been there this entire game. I mean, they have tried time and time again to test this defense downfield, and you could see a little frustration mounting from some of these receivers. They cannot connect downfield.
They'll send a man in motion left. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Brissett again working deep downfield. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 80 yards. Touchdown, Arizona. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals are able to cut into the deficit.
Cardinals 10.
Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the Hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. They bring a tight end in motion left. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
With Marks. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
A gain of 4 yards.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
He'll go again with Marks. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7. On the give, it's Marks. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A 1-yard gain brings up third and 6.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they need to get this to the 23. Here's third down. Here's a handoff to Marks.
Willie Marks, the ball carrier. Akeem Davis-Gaither on the stop. A 2-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This a 44-yard attempt. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter. Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to come back out for this next possession. On 1st and 10, here's Brissett. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. It's Brissett. He'll step up and run this. Now timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second. Clock stops with 1:06 to go in this one.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Now Brissett throwing on 1st and 10. To the right side here, pass is caught.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Brissett. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
3rd and 2. Here's Brissett. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, E.J. Speed. And the Texans are going to get the football at their own 40.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game for any sort of comeback.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. These fans set to head home happy. Very solid performance by the hometown side as they finish off a very decisive victory. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win here for the Texans. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.